This morning, we're learning about 5 of the best jobs you've never heard of before. We bring in our financial expert, the man in the know, Mark Lamkin. Good morning to you, sir.
No problem at all getting here, Sterling.
No problem?
Good to go.
All right, that was my first question. Second question, so give us the #1 job people have never heard of that's a phenomenal job.
You know, we're going to talk about 5 really quick, but don't let the name scare you off because but the last one's the only one that takes a graduate degree. So the first one, nuclear medicine technologist.
What is that?
Only a 2-year degree. Sounds very kind of intimidating, if you will. But all you have to do is run the equipment that physicians use to make diagnoses. You don't have to make the diagnosis. You don't have to read the film. You just have to run the equipment. 2-year associate's degree pays over $70,000 and 20% growth over the next 5 years. A lot of opportunities.
Wow, #2, medical equipment repairer.
That's right. So think about repairing. These machines have to be perfect. Skills, attention to detail, a little bit of mechanical ability, obviously. Again, only a 2-year degree to fix these machines, and about $50,000 a year is what this is going to make.
All right, #3, digital risk officer.
I think of all the positions here, this is going to have the biggest growth over the next 5 years, and it's also going to pay the most. Think about the Anthem data breach or the Target data breach and all these data breaches that are out there. I wouldn't be surprised if the government mandates for certain size companies to have these positions. Huge, huge growth. 2-year degree or 4-year degree. If you get that 4-year degree, you can make as much as $150,000 a year, and this is going to be huge. If you're thinking about what to do, or kids or grandkids, my #1 option right here.
I like the sound of that. Health and wellness educator.
You know, you and I have worked with Carlos a little bit, right? And he's done a great job.
Still working.
Yes, work in progress. A lot of companies outsource this for years, but a lot of big companies are bringing this back in with the Affordable Care Act. Preventative medicine is going to have a bigger and bigger place in our futures. You've got your own personal nutritionist, your own personal trainer. I've paid for this for my employees because I want improved efficiencies and productivity. Bringing it back in-house, about $62,000 a year, 2- or 4-year degree here.
All right, and our last one, industrial organization psychologist.
This is the only one that takes that graduate degree in psychology. But think about workplace violence. Think about how boomers are working longer. Everybody wants people are happier, more efficient, productivity. Big companies moving psychologists back on site to impact the culture of the organizations. $60,000 to $90,000 a year here. 15% growth over the next 5 years.
So if I was one of your clients and I said, Mark, I have a couple kids in college, what direction do I steer them in? Would you say technology and health right now?
Definitely. Healthcare and technology, digital risk officer #1. And I like, depending on how much schooling that kid wants, the nuclear medicine officer is one that I like as well.
All right, financial expert Mark Lamkin. He's trying to make you money, folks. He has multiple offices around the greater Louisville area. Always insightful. Thank you so much. And
Thank you for
always
having
good
me.
to see you, Mark.